That was a great start. Perfect lead-off hitter for an evening. We'd like to welcome Anna Pendergast Stammberger to our stage, ladies and gentlemen. She looks like she could still start easily. Have a seat. This is Anna. She was really good. Take a look at your screen. She would become one of the greatest to ever wear black and gold. But when she first showed up on the campus of Dalhousie University, Anna Stammberger of Kensington, Prince Edward Island, was remarkably green.
She didn't know many of the basketball terms back in the day. She didn't really know what man-to-man meant or front to cut, but she watched and learned really quickly because she didn't want Coach Carolyn Savoy to get too upset with her.
Carolyn came to me and said, what's Anna like? What do you think of her as a player? And I said, well, she's very raw in the sense that she hasn't played a lot of basketball at a higher level. But I said, she has such great potential. I said, she's like a sponge. She just absorbs everything that anybody tells her about basketball. You can see her just processing it and saying, okay, I can use that now or later once I realize how I fit in.
She didn't really have a voice for 6 months in her first year at Dal. We kind of made it our mission as a team that we needed to hear a lot more from her. And once she found her voice, wow, we couldn't keep her quiet. She talked on defense, offense, always encouraging teammates, completely inclusive, very caring, and totally reliable.
And in a short amount of time, totally dominant. Anna quickly became an AUS All-Star, a two-time league MVP, and a two-time All-Canadian. A combination of skill, work ethic, and physical power that was unmatched.
Rosenthal underneath to Pendergast, bounces once, it's up and in.
Pendergast and Tasker are doing a heck of a job inside.
I remember when I first came to Dal, everybody was saying, oh, it's a non-contact. And I'm like, no, it's not. After Anna Pendergast showed up, or Anna Stammberger, it was not. But I love that.
When Coach Carolyn Savoy said to get a rebound, Anna got that rebound. Now, it didn't really matter who was in front of her. We were kind of like bowling pins, and Anna was the bowling ball. And I think if we took a closer look at some of our body parts, we might still see a few bruises.
Anna was born for basketball. I mean, that was her be-all, end-all. The day she arrived at Dal, that was her main focus.
I have underneath to Pendergast.
It's games like this that heroines are born, and I think Anna Pendergast are carving reputations that are going to be in CIAU basketball for a long time to come.
She had the desire to improve. She listened to her teammates and coaches. She was in the gym daily on individual sessions with the coaching staff. Worked hard on her own to train. The coaches said, you need to improve your left hand. Anna went out and did that. Anna was always first in the Point Pleasant Park runs, usually first in the short suicide sprints. She was the strongest on the boards, and she was the toughest mentally during a game or practice. Her grit and determination made her revered by friend and foe alike.
It's a reverence that is well-deserved and one which continues to this day.
Something, and Pendergast, number 8 of Dalhousie, gets an all-star.
Absolutely, a star is born here in Halifax. We're going to hear from Anna Pendergast over the next few years.
Anna Pendergast Stammberger, our newest inductee to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame. To present the plaque tonight, a standout with the Dal Tigers in the late 70s and early 80s, and a mentor to Anna Stammberger, we'd like to welcome Ann Lindsay to the stage. And to present the pin, a teammate of Anna's with the Dal Tigers, an all-Canadian basketball star of her own, the great Carol Rosenthal, with us here tonight.
Coming. Oh my goodness. So glad to come. Awesome. Thanks. You're in this victory. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. He said everybody in. Good job. Thank you. Thanks. You too. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. From Kensington PEI, a lot of time on a farm, and you learned early on what hard work was. Talk about what you learned back with the cows and chickens.
There are a lot of horses too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just learn to work together. You know, we went out into the woods, horse and sleigh in the winter, and that was hard, slugging, get in the woods to get the wood for firewood. There was a lot of, and then we had to cut the wood and pack the wood in the basement. And there's a lot of hard work, but we did it together. Everybody was helping out. I'm one of 9 children, so you know that was my first team, and we had great coaches. And my parents are here tonight. Haven't seen them yet, but you know it was teamwork all the way, and we had older siblings that led the way for us, and you know showed you the ropes. And
Don't know. One more time. Test. Test. Yeah. Carol mentioned off the top, she said that you arrived at Dowling, you really didn't know what you were doing.
That's not true. No, I knew how to work, and I knew how to compete. I competed hard. I wasn't a player of skill. I didn't have the finesse. I learned that at Dal. Coach Carolyn Savoy really taught me a lot. And those 2 players that were up here right now, Ann Lindsay, our captain, and Carol, they were finesse players. They were great basketball players. And so, yeah, give them a hand. So I learned a lot from them, and yeah, you just had to keep working on it and continuous improvement. And
Carol mentioned that in practice, her exact line was, if you missed it, that the team were the bowling pins, you were the bowling ball. I think that's a metaphoric way of saying you were going to get that rebound, right?
I was very competitive, and I was very gritty. So, yeah, I agree with that.
What about, it's full circle, because here you are today, all the stuff you learned from Carolyn Savoy, I assume you're using a lot of that with your team. Talk about how it's come full circle for you.
Yeah, it's amazing that, you know, I feel so privileged, and I'm grateful for that, that I was, you know, born into the family that I was born into, which was like a team, and then in this great country, had a very privileged life and hard work, but, you know, and then got to come to this great school, Dalhousie, and work with amazing people that I learned so much from, and also professors and in my education. And now I'm back at Dal coaching amazing young women who are here tonight. Shout out to my team. So excited to see them here tonight. I hope they did what I told them to do at practice. I left a few minutes early, but I'm sure they did. But yeah, it's amazing. And Peggy stole all my answers because it's all about the people. It's always been about the people. I mean, when I went to the 1984 Olympics and I made the national team, and it's all about the coaches you're working with and your teammates and the players I'm coaching right now. And, you know, there's so many quality people, and you get to know so many people, and you learn from them. I'm learning so much from my players all the time. I hope they're learning something from me, but I learn a lot from them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In about 30 seconds, here's a tough one. What has basketball meant to your life?
Gosh, you know, besides family, my roots, sport, you know, it was all sports, and then at Dalhousie it was family, and, you know, it was on the basketball court. I met my husband, who's my best friend, and so I'm very fortunate. You know, he's here tonight, and, you know, we are very lucky to have our 2 healthy children, and so it's a lot. Basketball, family, and through basketball, I've met so many people, and my husband included, and have received so much support from coaches, from teachers, from teammates, and it's just been amazing. And now I took my team to Toronto and, you know, met 3 or 4 of my former teammates, and they came out to watch the games and support our team and see me, and it's just amazing. Yeah.
It's been good to you. You've been good to it. Welcome to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame, Anna Pendergast Stammberger, ladies and gentlemen.